Hello, chat. Can we not? Can we not do this? I'm so I don't. I don't want to do this case. Ugh. All right. Welcome back, chat. We're back in business. It's time for more Ace Attorney. It's gonna be great. We're all gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a great time. I hope. I really hope. But if we don't, then so be it. Because God knows I'm probably not going to. Because this fucking case is a nightmare. Oh boy. Okay. This has been. Sorry, I'm a little. I mean, obviously, I'm a little out of it, but I just got back from some errands that ran a bit longer than I wanted them to. So I am still a little bit tired, but we will manage. We will learn. We'll adjust and adapt. Last I remember, we were, where were we? We were in part 2 to trial, and it made me desperately want to die, because I hate this case, and this game actively despises me. Hello, Witchy.
Hello, Jay. How are you doing?
I'm glad you're here. How's that?
Good to hear. Are you preparing for this case?
I'm like steeling myself for this case. Okay. I have no idea if anyone else will be joining us. I know our Francisca is at work, so we may need a new Francisca. So we'll have to see if anyone we know can fill that role. Chat says hello. But
Hello.
let's pop it up in the Discord.
Okay.
Okay. You ready, Witchy?
Absolutely not.
Me neither. Let's do this. So, switch the scene over. And chat, I guess there's no point in delaying the inevitable any longer. So let's get back into Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Case 3.
Turnabout Big Top.
Turnabout Big Top. Quite possibly the least fun I've ever had in an Ace Attorney game. December 29th, 11:54 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 5. Oh god, I don't remember what voice I gave this guy. It's like it's some Metatown shit, right? It's like Markiplier.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene.
So then, where were you when the murder took place?
We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back.
That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right?
That's what it seems like.
But the ringmaster must have been wearing Mac's costume, right?
Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off.
Which means
It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. God, can one fucking client talk like a normal person in this series?
No, they can't.
We're like a minute in and I'm already mad. Fuck.
It's a long case. I hope you're ready, Jay.
This is gonna be a long case. Okay.
Oh my god.
Maya's having fun.
Yeah, she's definitely having fun. I'm so happy for you, baby.
However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? Hmm? If you think about it, then all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double,
Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something.
Maya, please don't give this guy opportunities to show up in future games. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president?
Clown.
You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision.
That's really cool.
Uh-huh.
It's really not Maya.
Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. I don't know about
Phoenix,
deeper, maybe more complex.
No, Phoenix started saying fabulous too. No, we're losing him.
We've lost. He's talking like Max. Oh god, we're back.
Why is this guy?
Yeah, now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Van Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Oh no.
Also,
Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him a pitiful clown?
Well, Phoenix...
This guy. The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. Oh. Oh, you're looking by Carrie. Hey, what? Nope.
Nope.
Name and occupation. And the witness please inform the court why he's speaking autobiographical gibberish. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I'd never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? Fucking none of them, dude. Like, come on. This is a murder trial, bro. You're in a Grand Hall of Justice, not some comedy club. It's easy to see your occupation. Please state your name for the court. Oh, yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Please don't do what you're about to do.
Oh no. No.
Do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shoes, no shirt, no service.
Francisca, please whip
Kill him.
Please kill him, please.
How is that appropriate for a courtroom? Okay. How about this?
Stop him!
How was that one? Terrible. We know a guy with the last name Butts, so I find that personally offensive.
Oh, thank you, sister.
Stop making Fresh Prince jokes. Stop referencing Fresh Prince, you fucking waste of a character. I would rather have Larry back than this fucker. Honestly, if Larry in a different costume was every single character in this case, including Regina, I would be so much more okay with it.
Oh my god.
You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 p.m. at the day of the murder. Correct. Yeah, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls, will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walk without humor, please.
Oh
Bro,
my
even
god.
the judge is fucking exhausted. Okay.
That was it. Oh, poor Mo can't be his normal Trudy stuff in the court.
Yeah, thank God.
Also, Jay, would you like me to take over, Judge, so you Don't have to voice all of the characters.
Yeah, can you tag out for Francisca?
Um, I can try. I don't know if I will be good with my German accent.
It's okay. My German accent isn't very good either.
Okie dokie.
I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. That is severely overstating it. Or understating it. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. How is this relevant to the murder? Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken a laugh at them myself. The murder.
This testimony is completely...
It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Murder.
Murder.
Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. Murder. Murder case. Your ringmaster was murdered.
Murder mode.
But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. For the trial of the murder you're supposed to be testifying for. This atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I've decided to try making everyone laugh. Murder trial.
This is a courtroom!
Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? You are testifying to a murder, and you're not doing that, so really, you are the worst. Why do people like these games?
I want to cry.
That gave us supremely nothing. Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here?
Witness. We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case.
Literally hit him with the keep it to your therapist.
Please.
Really? You'll really hear me out?
Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later.
I keep one around. He's funny.
Please don't tell me it's Gumshoe, please.
Gumshoe is Von Karma's straight man. I keep him around to remind me that they exist. Thank you. Oh, I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Oh no, it is Gumshoe. You were right, Witchy. Oh my fucking god! Oh no! Now that that's settled, can we shout? Fuck, hold on. Now that that's settled, shall we once again with the testimony?
Oh my god.
Oh, of course I can. I'll talk for as long as you want.
No.
Oh boy.
Just talk about the murder, please.
Okay, let's keep it to like 4 or 5 sentences tops then.
Oh.
The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw 2 silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching him, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. This eyewitness is not counted to be believed. I have enough to pass judgment right now.
Tisk. Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized.
However, the witness is admitted. How do you say I've killed her? Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. Yeah, that must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor.
Some kind of contradiction in his testimony.
I know that. Mr. Wright! Your Honor, I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. What the fuck does that mean? Thus, I sincerely hope that you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling.
Bro.
I understand, Your Honor.
If it caused this clown to stray from the fact, I'll hold you responsible.
Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. He's your witness, Francisca.
But he's your problem from now on.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Did the murder was... Why would he glance out the window?
Yeah, if he was that tired, why would he even glance out of the window?
Yeah. You just happened to glance out of the window? You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Krause! Oh, well, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? Wonder if I should press further on this issue. Keep pressing! Literally never failed. Exactly why did you look out your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out the windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday... Well, once I took myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh, yeah! Oh, I forgot about that.
You forgot?
Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Ow, ow!
Deserved. That's not something you just forgot to mention.
Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Krause, please revise your testimony. I should start turning the tables in our favor. Just noise out the windows when he was inside. Well, we know it wasn't... Well, it couldn't have been Max. Wait. All of a sudden, Max clogged the ringmaster with what? There hasn't been a murder weapon. They haven't presented a murder weapon!
Do you really think this can be a murder weapon?
I mean, maybe this, but like... With something?
Wait.
Did he just punch him in the back of the head? Like... You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. I want to say things that will get me taken down. Woo! Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder? Why is it written like that? Did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night?
I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner.
What, by asking him questions? Like fucking the answer to this question determines whether or not he's valuable as a witness at all.
Bitch, are you asking for trouble?
Just breathe deep and zip your lip. Chat, I'm going to hit something.
What? No, please don't. I don't want you to break your hand. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you.
Oh my god.
A nice penalty. Uh-oh.
Why does this case insist on being both frustrating to read and difficult? Oh, isn't this a bit melodramatic?
So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Sight? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime?
Yes!
Can you say before that, please?
Okay. But, like, yeah, the fact that he is flip-flopped on his own answers and, like, can't determine whether or not he even saw a weapon calls his entire testimony into question.
And also, wait.
He's lied on the stand about whether or not he's actually gotten up. He has left out important information already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's clearly basis for his testimony not being believable. Of course, that could apply to a lot of witnesses, but, you know.
Yeah.
I've got a great reason to make my claim.
And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason?
No. Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. Yeah, what is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated that the following under oath. I kept watching him, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. In 1972, oh my god, that was a fucking...
I didn't...
that was a
was
CSI Special Victims Unit joke he was making.
Oh my...
Mr. Crouch, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? And please keep the TV of the time references to a minimum. They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum... What? Mr. Crouch, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? Oh no, I'm stalling for time while I jog my memory.
Great job, Nick!
These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Like the deceitful banana. The delicious, truthy flesh will lie within.
Nick, I don't think that's what my sister told you.
Right. Well, I don't remember what your sister told me, so we're going with the banana.
Oh, okay.
Peel the banana, Maya. He's
banana.
Like waving a banana in her face. Peel it! Hey, you're back from your jog? Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Find the truth, Maya! Peel the banana!
Peel the banana, Nick.
Peel it! Like Mia's... The only memory Phoenix has of Mia training her is just her hitting him with a banana. Find the truth! Peel the banana, Phoenix! Pretty much. No, when I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. And I saw Max in his cloak holding a banana. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma, you did the thing you've already done once before and have clearly established a character for doing. Tampering with witnesses again. Like, fuck, how are you still a prosecutor?
Bitch, that's what my character is all about.
So now you're saying you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already been knocked out. Checked out? Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say. Dead. Just say dead. Just say dead. Your boss is dead. A man has died, and you are chuckling like a chuckster. Could you at least have put on some normal clothing for this? Your Honor, you did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well, the police testified to this silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I catch even a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. Wow. Fucking, I think... Can you check the thermostat in hell? Witchy, I think I prefer the judge over a witness or the defendant. I think the judge is one of my favorite characters in this case. What the fuck? What? I'm so... Although, that is not to say the judge is a good character. It's just that so many people in this case are so shit. It's a bit far away, but that shadow could have only belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols.
What was that symbol?
His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there.
Didn't he have like 3 symbols?
Yeah, he has 3.
Roses,
his hat, his cloak, and the roses.
Bitch, the roses. You
Bitch,
forgot
the
the
roses.
No roses, no bitches, no clowns.
No roses. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying.
Uh-huh.
It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
It took the clown long enough to get this fact straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes?
It is decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night?
He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. Alright, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination.
We have
This-
to believe in our defendant. That's what your hot sister taught me.
We have to believe in our defendant, and so we have to continue interacting with the grown man with a carrot tied to his head. A bit far away. The shadow could only belong to Max without that again.
The roses.
He doesn't have all the symbols. If they were... Okay, this is a stupid bit to focus on, but he only listed 2 symbols, and he's insisting they were all there, but he's only named 2 of them. Of course, we don't know the angle he had on Max, so maybe he wouldn't have been able to see the roses, but... Fucking, I don't have any better ideas.
Oh my god, it didn't work.
You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols? I suppose so, the silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols?
Yay! Everyone get ready. All together now.
Silk hat,
Okay.
cloak,
White roses.
What the?
All colored roses. Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Bitch. Isn't that right, Mo? What the
I couldn't even read that. That went so fucking quickly.
What? There was a bunch of numbers. Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth, no fractions.
Pi is a decimal. Harder! No decimals either. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw.
The crime scene was dark. It obviously was too dark to see the kind of detail. The crime scene happened on light.
But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them.
Then the roses must have fallen off the defendant. I saw the victim.
Then they would be on the ground. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case?
Clearly not. He's not showing with the corpse.
I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony? I've been trying not to think about that guy.
Please, Your Honor.
See with that crazy get up and his nose stuck up so high. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece get-up? Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, the witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Just forget the roses. Think about the other testimony. The witness was stating without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now.
Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt onto the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. Seems that unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. Not mature. How old is he? He's 46.
Bro.
I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my reigning 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling?
Your chance. Oh.
I sure hope it is, because it means that if I succeed, this case is over. No doubt in my mind, there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there, I'm equally sure of that, especially the silk hat. There was no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. I will not allow even the slightest hint of boundary against this witness. You're going to prove to me that there's a contradiction within Mr. Kerr's statement. You'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I understand, Your Honor.
Why is he so...
No white roses, nothing. No, he wasn't.
But they found the silk hat on the crime scene.
They found his hat at the crime scene. So he had to have fled with it.
Yeah.
Or he had to have fled without it. Just in case.
Just in case. Let's play the game. Okay, objection!
Let's hear it! I'm a fucking genius. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it! That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind? Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. That's some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found?
Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means...
The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Oh, that's not true!
Huh.
Order! 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 Mr. Krause! Yes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things.
Whoa.
Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? I don't know. Be a massive fucking pain in the ass? Why is the judge so based in this case, bro? What the fuck? Based the judge? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go to insult my eyesight and my memory. They're both great. Fucking hell.
Oh, whoa,
Jesus, I'm not doing that.
What?
None of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth.
He turned into a bratty little kid.
I think Pearl is more mature than this guy. It's pitiful,
Bro,
isn't
like,
it?
Yeah.
He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene?
What's the matter, Nick?
How did he do that?
Uh-oh. But there were no footprints of the criminal.
There's no footprints but the ringmaster's. Where the hell did he go? He didn't have anywhere to go.
And if he had, someone would definitely notice him.
Something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went. What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that. Yes, I can, bitch.
Mr. Phoenix Sight is bothering the witness, Your Honor.
This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you'd say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what? I'm not exactly sure I know where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Judge, how many times has me harping on the smallest things gotten me the right verdict? Like, fucking, you should be used to this by now. Do you have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene? Yes.
How did he... oh.
He flew.
Oh my god, if the judge is going to believe this, Take that!
Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. Ay, ay, ay!
Ay, 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 ay.
So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, the witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as wriggly as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second!
Oh no.
You guys can't just ignore everything I said! Yes, we can.
Actually, we can. Yes, we can.
Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time.
Bitch! You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today.
It didn't hurt! I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better.
And by worse, Maya means we're going to have to keep doing this case. And by get better, and by they get better, she means this case ends. Mr. Lawrence Curls!
Maya.
Yes? Testimony you provided up until now has been false? That's so fucking illegal. That hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? Just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Comrade or Whip told me not to talk about what I really saw.
Huh.
Order! I will have order! Franziska Von Karma, how could you?
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm gonna listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls. You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you.
Try not to waste our time with your idiotic trouble.
That's what he's been doing this entire time, Francisco. I'm sorry. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he...
Are you still there? Hey?
Ah! I hate this fucking game! I hate this game. He flipped up and flew through the air. Disappeared. I'm so mad. I'm so angry. I hate. Okay. Chat, we're gonna take 5. We're gonna take 5, chat. Just gonna take 5. I'm gonna turn the fucking music off. I got a package today. I just got some stuff for my dog. We're gonna open that, because I need to do something other than fucking think about this case for a minute. I used to say that a good measure of work is how it affects the series surrounding it. Like a good prequel will make the rest of the series better by association.
Mm-hmm.
This case is so mind-bendingly stupid that it has made the rest of the Ace Attorney series that I have played a masterpiece. Simply for the fact that it is not this case, I forgive the entirety of Case 4 and 5 of Phoenix Wright. I would take a case that is exclusively Lotta Hart and Larry Butts and Emma Skye and fucking the pink April May from the first case
Oh my.
over playing a single more dialogue box than Justice for All Case 3. I am so angry.
Are you really that mad?
I'm smiling. But like, I am so physically and mentally exhausted. I took so many precautions. I like ran from my car to my place to start this stream on time. And he just flew. He just fucking flew. He can just do that. He can just fly. That's just the thing. There's no wires. He can just fly. Yeah, no, fucking, yeah. No, he can just fly. Totally. Cool. Yeah. It's at a circus. All of it could, like, leads to the fact that he's... There's no precedent for this. Like, we've seen spirit mediums and shit. But, like, that was explained and set up. Like, this isn't some, like, ooh, why are you getting mad at the game with the spirit medium magic? The spirit medium magic has been set up from the start, before it was necessary.
And the
this
guy just,
shit
oh, and
has no precedent and no explanation. Even if we, like, Scooby-Doo some shit, like, oh, he, like, dragged wires out here. That doesn't make sense. There's been no proof of that. There was no proof of that during the opening cutscene. He just started flying. And there's this one flying person. I'm so... Okay, so A, he set up wires outside in the murder scene, and nobody noticed it. And there's been no proof of that, which is stupid. Or B, he can just actually fly, and there's no explanation for it. Which is stupid. Conclusion, this case sucks, and I hate Ace Attorney Justice for All.
I'm gonna wake my entire house with my laugh. Oh my god.
So angry.
Do like I need a little bit more time to like collect the thoughts, or are we going to continue?
I think I'm good. Look, we keep going.
Are you sure? Maybe you should like bring something to drink, or
I've got a drink here. I'll be all right. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna dig around in my. I had a club event for my school the other day, and there was like a half-empty tray of cookies no one wanted. I'm gonna just grab a cookie and eat that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. Okay. Here we go. Sing a little ditty? No, chat. I'm just gonna try not to... I'm not singing. I'm just gonna suppress the desire to kill myself. Playing through this fucking case.
Please don't.
I would rather listen to Officer Meekins than this fucker.
Okay, speaking of which, I kinda heard that Lara is gonna be in the next case.
I'm fine. I'm okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
You're not. You guys gotta say that.
You're right, Francisco. This isn't funny. This also isn't good writing.
I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Yeah, same here, Phoenix. There's that fucking utterly cringeworthy screenshot.
Oh my god. I need to calm down. Oh.
There it is. Absolutely cringe-inducing.
Cringe-inducing. Oh.
I don't like this game. I've never been, like, so consistently upset at a video game before. I don't think I've ever dreaded playing a video game before than I did this morning when I woke up and realized that it was more Ace Attorney. Man, how do you put this into words?
Absolutely cringe-inducing.
Absolutely cringe-inducing. Yeah, it's just... Put that back up for a second. Absolutely cringe-inducing.
Cringe-inducing.
Maximilian oh, sorry. Which...
No, it's nothing, it's nothing. Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician.
Magicians are... They're con men. This is sleight of hand. That is what they do. They're not fucking wizards.
But to leave the scene of the crime by flying, there's no way that it actually happened.
Yes, that, Von Karma, is correct. You're right.
Yes,
I see, right. You believe the other witnesses. You've done nothing but lie since you got on the stand. Shut.
And this woman is a prosecutor. Shut the fuck up, Mo.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate the case that you're in. I hate your testimony. I hate the people you're trying to protect and the people you're trying to accuse. Why won't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright?
This is all a dream, right?
This is a dream. This is a dream. I'm in hell. I'm in hell. Red White killed me, and I've been in hell this whole time.
Oh.
Von Karma tased me in the evidence room, and I just died, and the rest of this has been hell. I've just been in hell.
Yeah, this is a never dying, never
This is all a
ending
dream,
case.
right? No, I can't believe any of this. I'm not even sure if this day has been some kind of Kafka's dream. Ow!
Now do you think it's still a dream, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
You could have proven it some other way. I suppose I will let you in on my thinking regarding this matter. This game sucks. Criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
You imbecile!
You disregard the need for proof. Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling this case is in dire need of more investigation.
Hang in there. I'm here, buddy.
There's another fucking day! No focus left at the scene. Tomorrow I must find out the reason behind the mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned.
Bro, I have never heard you, like... This is the first time I hear you breaking down.
This is the closest I've ever felt to, like, genuine despair. Like...
Bro, it's gonna be okay.
Hey, sweetie, what in the world is going on? This terrible fucking case hasn't ended yet. That's what I want to know.
They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared.
Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I don't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can fly whenever I please, it's not that easy. Why did you phrase it like that? Why did you phrase it like that, Max?
But it looks so effortless for you on stage.
It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Oh, so
okay,
it's A.
So it is impossible for a person to fly.
Yeah. So it's A, which, as you will recall, chat, is stupid.
Wow, you just told me the secret of your magic.
He's our client. This is a murder trial. He has to... Bro! Go to prison.
Bro.
Go to prison. Go to jail. You and the puppet guy go to prison. I wanna... and Mo should go to prison too for obstruction of justice. Fucking... Ah!
Oh!
So mad. I'm gonna pop a blood vessel.
Don't.
Sorry, Max. You should break the Magician's Creed and never reveal the secret tricks. Phoenix, this is your client in a murder trial. They have to tell you everything. That rule is for, like, fucking children. This, like, there are things that take precedence over not breaking the illusion of the show.
What do you know? Tell me.
I don't know, play a different game? Skip this case and move on to Trials and Tribulations?
I agree.
All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow.
Great idea. Let's do our best and catch that sucker. To be continued.
There's more.
Oh.
Trials and Tribulations better fucking, like, cure cancer and, like, bring back every pet I've ever lost and, like, repair my parents' relationship and get me a girlfriend and make me rich. Because that is the only way that it is going to make this shit worthwhile. I love Charlie. Charlie's one of my best friends. And they love Trials and Tribulations and they recommended it to me.
But...
That's it. That's it. That's just the only leg this series still has to stand on. Okay.
Nick?
What is it?
I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks.
Magic tricks?
Yep, magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them.
Well, that's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick.
But the trick Pearl showed me was incredible.
Oh no. No.
Oh,
what did Pearl do?
What
Pearls did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it?
Let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off.
Oh, it's just the thumb thing. But I don't know how to do it.
I thought so. Yeah, I know how to do it too. Maya.
Honey,
yeah.
lovely daughter of mine, why are you so stupid?
She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible.
Is there a profile for Pearl in this case? No, there isn't.
No.
So from what I remember, Pearl is either 6 or 8.
I think she's 8.
Really? Was it kind of like this?
What? Wow, you would do it. How'd you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician.
Maya, did you get like hit by a car or something in between cases and suffer a traumatic brain injury?
Kinda. Do you remember the time when Von Karma tased us?
Right, yes, of course. That would do it.
See? This is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm not good at it.
You're a spirit medium. You're a spirit
Well-
medium. You can do actual magic.
Nick, remember what you said to Pearl? It has nothing to do with the magic.
I don't know what sound I just made. That was like equal parts like growling and crying.
I just heard like the suffering soul of yours just screaming from the
I think
bottom
that
of
was
your
part of my
lungs.
soul leaving my body.
Especially her tricks are like flying away from the scene of the murder. Yeah, this is...
You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. Unfortunately, given the nature of our jobs, we have to figure it out. And it'd be way easier if you would have just told us that from the start. Don't like this case. Let's see any way out of this. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
There's no way we can solve the mystery of the criminal flying about tomorrow. I was thinking, do you really think the criminal flew through the air?
No!
The only one who thinks that is Mo, right? He says that he saw it.
Oh yeah, and Mo's been so fucking trustworthy.
How can you be sure he's not lying? Do you think he might be trying to frame Max?
Yes!
That's what he was doing to inspire.
Everyone on that circus hates Max! Well, that was it. He would have simply said, I saw Max. That would have been enough. There's no reason why anyone would believe he flew.
But what if the criminal really did fly?
Then Jay's never touching an Ace Attorney game ever again.
There's only one person who can do that. Max!
No, he can't! He told us that he can't fly! You're really not helping my confidence here, Maya.
I know. Everyone seems to hate Max. Ben, Trello, Mo, they all have nothing nice to say. You especially.
That magician does seem rather full of himself, doesn't he? Especially when he says things like customers only go to the circus to see him.
He even hit Ben over the head with the bottle.
Yeah, that's assault. He should still be in jail.
Yeah, they kind of deserve.
For what?
But that doesn't seem enough to frame another person for murder.
Well, there was also the very creepy love triangle thing.
Yeah.
And it's proven that neither Ben nor Mo lied on the stand.
Maybe Ben saw the ringmaster wearing Max costume.
Mo lied so many times on the stand.
But Mo clearly said that he saw Max himself. A detention center. Oh my god. Hi, Ma.
My sweeties, you mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Do your best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by, and since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special.
Really? What kind of TV special?
Men that will die in prison. What?
Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special.
Escape from lawful custody is a felony. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Oh, it shouldn't be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. Well, that's what I was thinking, but the production staff is already working on the show. That's highly irresponsible. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. 1. Not something you admit to someone you don't know. 2. Not something you really admit at all. 3. Felony. Felony. Actual felony that you will 100% be guilty of, unlike this murder. Seem awfully calm about that possibility. I have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. I hate you. I hate this trial. I hate this case. The night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here is how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky is not just something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogey clown says, it wasn't me.
Do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying?
You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. You're gonna go to prison, and you're gonna die in prison, if you do not tell me everything that could possibly help me. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think. I'm so angry. I'm so angry, Witchy.
I know I can hear it. I was thinking about this in the court today. I've got a favor to ask of you.
Anything for you, sweetie.
Kill yourself. Be friends with the other performances in the circus.
Fabulous, a great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like that? And you wonder why no one's taking your side in this case. I don't know if I could say that, because it might get me banned. So I'm gonna keep that one inside.
Maybe you can write it in the chat.
Keep the funny Aussie swear in here.
But
I've won on the world stage. I won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers at this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something I simply cannot tolerate. Ambition, huh?
something about what Max just said rings true to my ears.
Do not grow up to become like him, Maya.
I promise you, Nick.
Oh my sweeties want to hear all about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told this story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again.
Actually, we're not.
You must not have heard me. I really am sick of telling this story. But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I can tell it again.
We can sell you to prison, you piece of shit.
Yeah, we could just stop defending you. Voila! Here, take a look at this. I just happen to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at that fabulous stage. That was the first stage that I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself that I could die right then and die a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim.
Oh.
By the way, I think everyone who is a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to the other people in the circus.
It's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey Nick, how about you buy me Nick?
That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya.
Aww.
My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown in jail. Grand Prix Frodo added to the court record. Wonderful.
Okay.
Did he have to compete in the Performer Casa Cristo for that, or did he just get it? Now there's a reference no one's gonna get. Oh boy.
I
Wait.
can't stop thinking about Gumshoe, listening to most shit.
I want to talk to Gumshoe.
Yeah, I miss Gumshoe too. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing.
No. No.
No. No. No.
Alright, let's do it. Are you ready?
Yes. Wait.
Quit your whining. Let's just give this a shot already. Alright, let's go. No, yep. What are you doing? Eat down the street. Come on, you know that.
Try my best, but this isn't gonna work.
Do you enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. You can't handle something as simple as this. What are you gonna do then?
Hello, Bear. Hello, Tito Trello.
Do not feed his delusion.
What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course?
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize to them. Secret crash training? Whoa.
Yes, True wouldn't give up until I said we'd try out his idea for a new routine. So we were trying to singing around for our new ventriloquism act.
In a round? You can really do that? That's incredible.
See, even they are surprised by the idea. I told ya.
We're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea.
Once we got a grip on the basics, it's just a matter of patience.
You think so?
Oh, God, I want to give this back to you.
Ah, here it is. Now, no.
No, we have to talk to them, don't we? No, 3 dialogues. I know that you already testified in the court today.
You want to talk about what we saw, right?
Yes.
Well, at first we thought it was the old man just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Ben?
Oh yeah, that's right.
But then we said hello and didn't even get a reply, not to mention he was draped in those gaudy symbols.
What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols?
What do you think, Ben?
No, I thought it was the ringmaster.
Huh. Something just isn't ending up here. I wonder who they really saw.
Oh no, I was hoping to ask you about Regina.
That's why I'm completely serious about it. That's why I waited for her even now. The 16-year-old.
Really? That's so fucking illegal.
So, yeah, 16.
But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you check out the tent?
Ha!
Eh?
No, it isn't, chat. That's not how this works.
Bro, I'm going to physically beat you.
We're skipping through this.
Control. So, how is this new routine working out?
You just take a chill pill already. Our routine's a secret. We're going to take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution.
That sounds incredible.
Let me make one thing clear. We're not gonna take on the world just because that jerk said we should.
That jerk?
Max Galactica. Perform a charade for the world. Who does he think he is?
Hello, you seem to really be fired up about all this.
He needs to realize that he's the only one who can conquer the world stage.
You're right, you're right.
On my words, I, Triloquist, will win the Grand Prix.
You're the man now, doll.
Your boat will be the key to a glorious victory.
Not to rain on your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best?
Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up. You gotta be a part of this too.
I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Oh, it's you two!
Gumshoe!
Gumshoe! Oh my god! Oh, I've never been so happy to see Gumshoe!
Gumshoe,
As a somewhat reasonable human being. You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest? I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Yeah, I figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Oh, I know. I know, Gumshoe.
Yeah.
Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that, pal. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing that much?
Francisca really set up bad. Francisca really set you up bad this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to more herself.
No way, pal. You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way.
Why are you defending her?
Didn't you hear me? She has a weapon.
Oh.
Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up. Looks like she's wound him up pretty tight. She's directly above us as we speak.
Huh? How is that possible? Oh no, don't tell me she flew too.
According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. That's what happened. It means the killer passed right by this window, pal.
Oh, I see. Who lives in that room behind the window up there?
The acrobat's got his room up on the 3rd floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Miss Von Karma's gonna start her investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to the acrobat's room. Got it, pal?
Uh-huh. Francisco Von Karma!
Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out.
Okay, so... Should we... Mo's room?
I don't want to go to Mo's. Maybe there's
Oh,
something in
In the big... In the big top?
Yeah, in the big top. Totally. Hi.
I hope there are no tigers here.
I hope
Huh?
there's no
Where's
Regina. There's no Regina!
No, Regina.
I don't know. But if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here.
Nick, you're a kind of a chicken, aren't you?
He got attacked by a tiger! That is something that a person will be scared of.
Also, Maya, you were there too. Like,
Yeah, Maya, you saw this. This isn't Kazuma Kiryu. This man is not going to fight a wild fucking animal. No. I'm just allergic to getting mauled by a giant fucking predator animal. Like a rational human being. They still have not cleaned the cafeteria.
Alright, welcome to the wonderful, the fabulous, the cafeteria.
You know, I think I am good with Mo's room now, actually. Since I know he's not there. Yikes, he's in an awfully good mood. That makes one of us.
Alright, you know what time it is. Riddle time! How much longer is this case going to be? The answer, longer than you want. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? Come on, you can answer this, it's easy.
Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction?
Buzz, wrong, try again. Okay, what do you think, girlie?
I get it.
Okay, what is your answer?
Because they are in the cafeteria.
Exactly. It's an incredibly sad place, that cafe. Aha! Aha! One of my coworkers was physically assaulted because there's a love triangle being centered around a 16-year-old.
We did it!
What's going on? It's being too nice.
Today's been a really crazy day, hasn't it?
I don't know if crazy's the word I'd use, Maya. Aggravating, mind-numbing, soul-crushing.
Yeah, Nick, I agree. I heard you screaming.
You're telling me? I didn't think it was gonna be so tough.
Tough?
Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning I had to smash watermelons. I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing.
You even used the fame no shoes, no shirt, no service joke.
Exactly. How can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that?
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the murder that took place here? That might have something to do with it? The murder? Of your boss? The man you said was your friend? Are you 100% sure about your testimony today?
I saw what I saw, I swear. That creep just...
Blew through the air?
It wasn't exactly flying per se, it was more like floating. The silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max.
I don't see a psych lock. He must be telling the truth. Or he's just wrong. We're supposed to show him the photo, right?
I don't know, like...
Honestly,
wait.
fucking...
What?
Yeah, if it'll make him mad, sure.
Wait.
Yeah?
I wanted to ask you to show me that picture again. I think I saw a bust of Max. Yeah, next to him.
So, that bust, that might be something he still has. Mo saw the silhouette of his face because the actual murderer was holding the statue and hit the ringmaster with it.
And then the bust suddenly disappeared.
And then it just fucking disappeared. I don't know, I'm so tired. It's been an hour, and I want to call it quits.
You did it as well?
Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around.
That wasn't even a joke. Don't encourage him, Maya.
Don't you hear me here, Maya?
Oh yeah, he didn't just show me the picture.
What do you mean?
He showed me his bust, too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous.
I've probably seen bigger. My boss probably had better.
Nick!
What? Your sister was hot.
Could you bring...
It's in the picture, I think. He'd make us worship him every day. He made us bow to his greatness.
He's got a big bust. Wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. Oh my god, stop making that joke! That's my joke!
You just made one!
I mean, the guy's already parading around without a shirt on. I feel like you have to see his bust, whether you want to or not.
Max's bust should be on that small table over there.
There's nothing over there.
Really? Oh yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago. All of a sudden, the bust disappeared.
It disappeared? Do you have any thoughts?
If they mean a business week ago, then it means that when the negotiations for Max's pay ended would line up with when the bus disappeared.
You want to see it? There's a photo in the bulletin board over there.
Oh.
Max just had to put the picture up.
Hey, this spin is really cool. Nick, I want something to make a bust of me.
Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it.
Mm.
Come on, Nick, get a statue of your daughter.
Please.
Is there anything else
your
that's changed
second
about this
daughter.
place? Nope, nothing's changed that I can see. If he's actually thinking about this, or if he's just setting up a bad joke.
Nope, I'm drawing a blank here.
A quiet Mo is a good Mo in my book. Screenshot! You and me both, Phoenix.
I guess there really aren't any other things that have changed, huh?
Well, there is this one tinsy tiny thing that does seem different.
Tell us!
Well, on the morning of the crime, over on that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center.
Piece of paper.
It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I could see its title.
Oh no. Murderer?
Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of it has been ripped off. And I don't know who posted it.
When did you find this?
The morning before the murder.
Before the murder?
And you didn't bring this up?
Yes, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered.
Who in the world posted this thing? And why the hell didn't you bring it up before?
Maya, my crowbar.
Maya, I gave Pearl a crowbar. There's one in the office. There's another one in the office. Go get it.
Okay, I'll be right back. Maya, please, it's a mission. Please, carry a gun all the time. We need to have a gun first.
Maya, get my hitting banana.
On it, Nick!
This one, Nick? No, that's my demonstration banana that I use in place of truth. I meant the bigger one, with the handle. Nick, that's a baseball bat. My hitting banana.
My hitting banana.
Okay, where'd you now?
Oh, we can go to Mo's room.
Oh yeah, cause Mo's not there.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be so much more. It'll be so much better. I don't want to look at your face. Mo's not here.
Thank God. If he was here, you would have been able to tell even more you stepped into his room. I'm sure you would have heard him laughing away. Aha, 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 aha.
What do you think he's laughing at when he's all by himself?
I always thought he was just thinking up new jokes.
He must really love his work.
Unfortunately.
Nothing here.
Maybe we should go to Ringmaster's room?
Huh?
Maybe something new here? Max and the Ringmaster had their talk in this room.
That could have been when the ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside.
Why would he do that anyway? Was it really that cold or something?
Nothing's changed in here.
Where should we go next?
Oh, the note!
The note? Oh. Do you know anything about this note?
The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know all about that note. When I read it, my heart certainly skipped a beat.
Your heart skipped a beat?
Yeah, it's called a heart palpitation, and it's usually fatal. Unfortunately, this is not one of those cases. While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? I guess it wasn't really a company, just the ringmaster and Regina. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned an incredibly bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pockets of his tailcoat.
Out of the curiosity, what in the world was written on that thing?
Let's see.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. You're going to jail. You're going to go to jail and be executed. You might also want to ask Regina.
Wait, he showed it in his pocket of...
What about in the ringmaster's room?
Yeah, was it the piece of paper with someone his costume? Probably. I can be sure. Oh, there it is!
Tailcoat!
Yep. Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved in the pocket of the tailcoat.
You know, I've got a feeling I know what that is.
I bet that's the other half of the note that Mo gave us. Then let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it. It fits perfectly with the other piece.
What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer, I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight outside the lodging house plaza.
Tonight at 10 p.m.?
That's when the murder took place.
Now we need to find who called out the ringmaster.
Oh boy. Ringmaster's tailcoat.
You'd be expertly clean and pressed. Got one a perfect crease.
Ringmaster must have liked things neat and tidy.
And it's kind of pointless, isn't it? There's no way this beats Mo's room. Oh, that's cool.
All I can hear in my head right now is aha! 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 I'm surely going mad. I hate you. No, wrong place!
Wrong place.
You still suck, Ben. Hi, Gumshoe.
Oh! Hey, Detective Gumshoe! I'm sure you did a good job, as usual.
Oh, well, I am done with the investigation of the acrobat, finally. But Miss Von Karma... Did she
What
put a
is it?
tracker on you?
Nick, what is that? That beeping sound?
It's Miss Von Karma.
Huh?
Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Some sort of pager or something. If you don't mind, pal, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, quick. See ya, pal!
What did you... I didn't know that Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot.
Never seen a grown man still afraid of a girl still in her teens.
Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. And when it's... Ah!
Oh, no.
A spider lives on the web!
Aya!
Did you feel?
God! What is it with you people and knocking out my assistants?
Oh... It was a real battle today in the coast, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
I'm going to kill you. You hurt my
Just
daughter,
try-
that's death.
Try me, bitch.
You have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you?
Tomorrow will be the day my dream will finally come true.
Let's get your finger out of my face. You mean the story of my defeat at your hands making national news?
National news, you possess such a small sense of care. The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internationally.
Look, bitch, I'm taking my daughter somewhere warm. Stop talking. I think she might be overestimating the importance of a win by just a smidge.
Can you
Sorry,
stop pointing it out? Oh,
Miss Von Karma, it appears you got your hands on something big, huh?
I'm amazed you picked up that much.
Anyone could. You don't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags on your head.
I've got a conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints?
Conclusive and conclusive, like they're actually going to prove your point, or conclusive and conclusive, like you're pulling your dad and destroying critical evidence. You must be the acrobat, right?
I'm putting in a summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. It's the final nail of your coffin, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you want to beat and destroy me. Fucking whatever. I can't worry about her. I'm gonna try and find out more information myself. Meanwhile, Maya's like face down in the snow. Oh no, she's fine.
Nick, Nick, how could you forget about me? Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye?
I don't know, it might have something to do with the fact that I put her dad in jail.
It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Master von Karma.
Formerly esteemed Manfred von Karma.
Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of whip.
I mean, I haven't fed her in several days, so that might not actually be a bad thing.
You Nick, remember how you promised to buy me a burger?
Yeah, I promised to get you a burger
sorry.
when we won this case.
Bitch, I'm starving. Now, when did I ever bring up my papa's name in this? Or any other conversation?
Oh, you call him your papa, that's adorable. Not one more word, Phoenix, or you're dead. Then, what's this revenge you keep talking about?
You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I have to see him again, one more time. Him, you mean?
Gumshoe? Him...
Bitch, he's...
No, you see Gumshoe frequently.
No.
Maya, how many guys do we know?
A lot of...
Who?
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 You mean your boyfriend, Nick?
Yeah.
I mean your dead boyfriend? I'm sure you know to whom I refer. Miles Edgeworth.
Oh boy.
What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth?
Please stop saying that name. Miles Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. Why would you even bring him up?
You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that changed the guilty prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karma. Exactly right. It was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was... That again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Isn't he like older than you? Huh? A little brother? But Edgeworth and Nick are the same age.
Edgeworth. Man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him in a few cases. But a little after that case was over, he vanished.
It's all your fault he's gone. Huh? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nick, what does she mean?
Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case. And then, with the case after that one, he never set foot into court again. And then, one day, he just vanished. All that he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office.
Killed Miles Edgeworth to his death.
That was a year ago. It was a few months after you left to go back home.
Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I didn't believe it. He's still alive, I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth to his death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddled the honorable name von Karma. I'm going to find him. And then I'm going to teach him a rightful place with my own two hands. Nick, about Mr. Edgeworth.
Maya, I already told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay?
Nick?
Miss Von Karma?
What?
I don't know if you are God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had about enough of you. Him too.
What in the world happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you two of today. Tomorrow will be the greatest cartoon battle this country has ever seen. Nick,
Let's go. We need to talk with the performer on the 3rd floor.
I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick. Oh boy. Oh,
Oh boy. I don't know what sort of voice to give. You must be Phoenix Wright. I'm pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingley. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro.
Mr. Acro.
How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here.
Acro, you're a member of the circus as well?
That's right. I mainly performed on the tightrope or the flying trapeze. But nowadays, all I perform in is my wheelchair.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, this is not... Acro, why did you join the circus? Well, when I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Then one night, they decided to run away from it all without me. The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver.
It seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint.
He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now look how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. Such a shame. Sometimes I think he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he spoiled Regina.
I'm sure she did.
Yeah.
Regina is so cute. She's truly a princess.
Oh, Maya!
Yeah, Maya, please.
Truly a princess? Are you sure that's a good thing?
Oh, wow, another base character.
Do I detect a hint of a grudge against Regina? Same.
Hey. I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair?
The nerves in my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself.
That's awful.
The accident happened during an acrobatic session, right?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
3.
Cyclops. Doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. 6 months ago. What in the world went on at that circus then? I stopped by yesterday and noticed you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. You went there for rehabilitation? What about the murder? Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got on the call with the prosecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream.
Huh?
I just couldn't believe it. When I saw what I saw. What you saw? Jeez, that sounded really ominous. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound come from below my window.
I see. The scene of the crime was right below your window.
That's when I looked out the window.
What did you see? Oh.
He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica.
What?
That's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that it was Max you saw flying? I am absolutely sure. There's no doubt in my mind.
Nick?
Nick, I think this case sucks.
You agree, aren't you?
Yeah.
Also, I have a question. Who in the world thought that letting a man in a wheelchair live on the 3rd floor of the building is a great idea?
Yeah, well, he wasn't always in the wheelchair. But, like, after the injury, why didn't they move him? Like,
Yeah, like,
why did they keep him
no.
on the 3rd floor for 6 months?
Didn't you just lock him on a 3rd floor?
I want to hear more about him and Regina, because it seems like he's got a problem with Regina, and I want to hear more about that. I want to hear someone be mean to Regina. Regina.
He's cool, isn't he? And can you believe such a cute girl is an animal tamer? Maya, you talk to... Oh.
It seems animals are not the only thing she tames.
Huh?
Max, the ringmaster, Ben, she's got them all under her thumb.
What do you mean by that?
Maybe I went a bit overboard. It's just Regina's innocence. She was incredibly sheltered as a child.
I would say it seems that way.
That's why she can be so cruel.
What?
Regina is just like the animals she claims to tame. She's innocent, thus she can be cruel. Wonder what happened between Acro and Regina. He actually originally lived on the ground floor, but after his injury, Regina had him moved up to the 3rd floor. Yeah, I don't know what to bring up to him with the Cyclops.
Let's search the area. Oh. Please don't tell me there's another animal. Oh, no.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah!
Wonderful! Today's special must be filet of phoenix!
Stay! Yeah!
You're so fucking sparkly, I hate it.
Oh, Maya, Nick, it's you guys.
I don't trust you!
I don't trust you as well.
A mistake.
Yeah, a little one. A little one? I was thinking of teaching whatever primer was all the lesson.
So I set the tiger loose.
But I was expecting more of the monkeys than a human.
Oh my god, that is what she did.
A monkey?
She just tried to set the tiger on some creature that walked into the circus that she couldn't identify.
It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. That? No, the other ringmaster. Everyone lost him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. He was! I love my dad so much!
Oh, you're crazy! I get it. You're nuts. I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about her father.
That's why I feel so lonely. Now that I won't be able to see him for a while. He's gone forever. Regina, that's what death means.
I don't think anyone ever filled this girl in on how being dead works.
The
only experience with death Regina has is watching Dragon Ball.
And also, didn't her dad kill the lion she loved so much?
Yeah,
For a while? Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad, and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. A star? That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone.
Oh, she's not crazy. She's just a sap. Someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. That's kind of sweet. But I bet you there's no way that Maya believes that.
Thank God. What do you mean there's no way I believe it?
Oh my god, first your big sister and now you. Will you ladies, why is it with fey women and reading my thoughts?
Phoenix, we can talk to dead people.
I'm alive!
You're dead inside.
Fair. That's the reason that Mia and Maya can read Phoenix's thoughts is because he's dead inside. Well, I mean, you will eventually, Regina. And given who you are as a person, hopefully sooner rather than later.
Of course. You really think so?
Yeah, we all die eventually.
Yeah, it's gonna happen one day.
Well, don't be too sorry, chump. I'm sure someone will put you out of your misery before the ennui of immortality kicks in.
I look at the theory, everyone is doing great up there in the sky.
I wonder if everything's alright with you. Clearly no, Phoenix!
Yeah, because that story about everyone becomes a star in the heavens is just like so childish fairy tale.
Well,
And
she
I'm
is
not
16,
sure.
so it's a little bit more forgivable.
Bro, she's 16 but not 6. It's time to grow up, I guess. Just to go back and clear something up, why do you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. My brain. Something that means a lot to you? It must be something shiny, right? Actually, it was a stash costume. It's got lots of spangles. Spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. We should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles.
If you look at it from the wrong angle, it might blind you, though.
Hey, he's listening.
Huh?
If you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back from me, wouldn't you?
He's like scrolling through Twitter on his phone. He's like, huh? Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. No, yeah, that'll happen, yeah.
It's really important to me.
Where's Where's the I don't want to talk to you anymore? Where's the sorry I'm checking Twitter?
You have the no button. You can quit the game.
Yeah. This one seems the most this is the least excited. I know it has an exclamation point, but I choose to read it as
It doesn't change the
I'll
fact
get
that
it for
that
you.
we're gonna give it to you. Yeah. Leave it up to us.
Guess there's no turning down that request.
Actually, there is. Yeah, you're really gonna do it?
Thankfully, there's only 2 options. Oh, wait. We should probably show her the note, shouldn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Because her dad had it. Regina, have you ever seen this before?
I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while.
What?
What?
It was in your pocket? This piece of paper was in your pocket.
I guess I noticed that. Wasn't there around breakfast time? The day before the murder, right?
Breakfast time?
Yeah, I always take out for his breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. And then I go back to cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. That's when you realize the piece of paper was in your pocket? Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I didn't figure it belonged to someone else's pocket.
And then what?
I wonder if that person who lost it was in the trouble, so... You didn't put it on the bulletin board on the cafeteria, did you? I did! I stuck it up there! How'd you know?
So it was Regina who put it up there. When did this happen?
The morning of the murder, I think.
That explains a lot.
I wonder who wrote this.
Note updated in the court record.
Okay, so the fact that Regina found this note in her pocket and she noticed that when she was in Akro's room, does that mean that Akro gave it to her?
Maybe. Nope.
Oh.
Wait, fuck. I meant to go to Acro's
Oh,
room.
no. Mom's not here.
What's that? Here's something.
Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me.
Ah! Monkey!
Oh. Monkey! Nick! It's Monkey!
Look! Monkey!
Look, Monkey!
Look! Mommy!
That's it! That's the thing that means a lot to Regina, remember?
Alright, time to take on this monkey attorney style.
Try the third one, yes!
Ah! Tried to have a monkey-to-monkey talk with him. I really did.
Nick, you...
I swiped it while Money was distracted.
Wow, you're really on the boat today, Nick. Let me see it, let me see it.
Huh? You can see it fine from where you are.
I know. You know what I mean? I really want to try on Regina's costume.
Maybe then they'll take you in at the circus and I can get some peace and quiet. What's the matter now?
It doesn't fit me at all.
Yeah, she's tiny. Oh well, guess it's time for you to... Phoenix!
Phoenix!
Not to mention it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. Shiny spangled vest, it's not Maya's size at all. Why do I get a feeling that's gonna be
I
relevant?
think it should be because Phoenix didn't fit her in a day.
No, I don't want to go back to Mo's room.
Acro's room? Oh.
No, we need to give this back to Regina.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Ben.
Hi again. Here, take this. Here you go, Eugenia. Oh, thank you. You really got a tip to me.
Don't mention it.
Hello, you
Don't mention that ever! Please, God, no. For so many reasons, no.
I'm so sorry.
Phoenix, no! Bad Phoenix! Bad!
Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? It isn't mine. It was Leon's.
Leon's?
You know, the lion she told us about.
Oh, the one that someone killed.
Wait, this costume is for a lion, and it didn't fit a little girl.
Leon, he was killed, wasn't he?
That's right. My dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice.
We used to have another member, but, well... During practice?
Leon was sitting down and making open his mouth. You know, Gwah. Uh-huh. Usually when he did it, I would put my head into his mouth. You okay?
Yeah, just... Yeah.
Wait, you put your head into the lion's mouth?
How did it even fit? There's so much.
I sure did. The people in the crowd always love seeing me doing that. They would always start screaming and hoping this will close.
You sure they were screaming because they loved seeing you do that? Anyways, what was the bad thing?
Oh yeah, Liam beat someone during this practice. Regina, everything was alright though, right?
Yeah, no,
Right?
yeah, you could totally get mauled by a lion and just walk away in one piece. That's totally how it works.
No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry.
And that's when Leon...
Yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky.
Poor thing.
Died. Just say he died. He was killed. Murdered.
Dead. Dead like
Dead.
Maya's sister.
Nick, could you stop bringing my...
It's a good example!
up? Phoenix, I'm going to fucking execute
Okay,
you.
fine. Dead like your dad probably is somewhere.
I'm going to load my gun for you, Phoenix. Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what this is. It's burgers!
Hello. Welcome to the Bistro Dessert.
It smells so good in here. And those burgers look great.
She's drooling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster.
She is.
My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They are absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for burger. One bite will send you to hamburger heaven.
I bet. I can tell by the smell.
Oh, I'm getting hungry too.
Very big stuff. Now that the Ringmaster's gone, what are you going to do?
That's all I've thought about the past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You've heard Echo's story, haven't you?
Like how he was adopted when he was younger?
He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he said he couldn't go on.
He was that upset?
Yes, he was. Anyway, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking on trying on the ringmaster's shoes.
What? Really?
Yeah, Max would still be an issue, though.
What?
He may be mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right.
No.
All that's left is to see if everyone can get over the tragedy, you know.
The tragedy? You know? What is he talking about? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the previous ringmaster getting murdered by the star of the show? That might hurt this circus's reputation a little. Get over what tragedy, Mo?
Huh? Well, don't worry about it. It's nothing. Nothing at all.
Must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right?
Yes, that's it. You're right, girly. Dang, dang, dang. Correctamundo.
Doesn't he mean ding? Mo, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us?
No, not at all. What makes you think that?
Just the way that you said if everyone can get over the tragedy seemed a bit strange. It sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Oh, I'm right, aren't I?
Oh,
Oh, more fucking Cyclops. Huh. So now we're getting closer to the truth.
It was about 6 months ago. There was just a little accident. Give me a break. Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason.
6 months ago, eh?
didn't like Akro mention it?
Maybe it's the guy getting attacked by Leon.
Yeah, probably. Because the nerves on his legs were injured. Probably because of... Wait. Was he sticking his legs into Lion's mouth? Oh.
Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus? Fortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Actually, I've kind of got an idea of what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident? This wouldn't happen to be the cause of that accident, would it? I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during practice, right?
How did you... I told them so many times, you shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts.
Like putting her head inside Leon's mouth, right?
Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along. He never could say no to her.
Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo. Don't clam up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head?
I promised I wouldn't say anything. He's involved in this too.
He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about... Mo, is this the person that you promised you wouldn't say anything?
It's Akro,
Acro,
right?
right?
26.
Real name, Ken Dingling. Oh boy.
Is this another name pun?
Probably. Must have been Acro, right?
How'd you know?
Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster.
Oh, no way.
I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please, tell me what you know.
I'm sorry, Acro.
Well, that was easy.
It's just like you said. You know, the accident.
Someone died?
No, but it probably would have been better if he had.
What? How would that have been better?
He's still alive, but when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma that he's in.
Coma?
All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital. That's all he's ever gonna be able to do.
I see.
How is he related to Acro?
He's his brother.
Huh?
The person who got bit was Acro's brother.
Brother?
They were an acrobat team of brothers, Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, I thought. Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime.
Who's an Oscar's younger brother?
Sean Dingley, but everyone always called him Ben. He fell in love with Richie. God damn it, seriously? Another one? Fucking hell. 2 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden, Bet blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon." How'd you do
Why
that?
did you do that?
I don't know, but that's what caused the accident.
Oh.
I'll never forget that moment. So strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was smiling. He? Sorry, it's
He?
mine.
You mean Leon?
I stole the line.
No. I actually thought it was Felix line.
Yeah, Leon. When he bent down, he was smiling.
Oh.
Some sick grin.
No way. That's impossible.
Animals don't have feelings. Smirking lion, a flying murderer. Why does it seem that it's always Mo who catches all these incredible events?
Nick, can lions smile?
We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle.
So that's what really happened.
Well, you guys were so serious. What was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in the mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper.
There he goes again, acting like his normal crazy self.
Nice, what a wonderful sneeze.
Huh? You think so?
Sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel. That's basic clownsmanship. Banana!
Banana!
Maya! Peel the banana!
Here, take the banana, Nick.
Nick, get the banana!
Banana! Get the banana! Nick, I think I make a good clown.
Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezing.
Does Regina sneeze with pepper too?
She does! Bet would always tease her with pepper.
That?
Yeah, the comatose guy.
Bro!
From my point of view, the two always look so perfect together.
They look perfect together, huh? At least, I hope Beth was the same age as Regina.
Do we have a record?
Um,
He was 22. God damn it.
fuck. Fuck, why?
Japan!
Okay, so all of them belong to jail. Case closed.
Hi, Regina.
Bye, Regina.
Hi, Ben.
Bye, Ben.
I think we have what we need for Acro.
Ah, Mr. Wright! Back again, I see.
Well, he did say I'll be back. Wait, or was it someone else?
We're back because Acro's hiding why his legs were injured. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. It seems that he knows that we know. Oh well, it seems you've got things you want to talk about, so fire away.
Okay, time to remove your star cloak, mister. Oh boy. About the wheelchair.
I have to ask you, how are you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice? Yes, unfortunately acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were a real cause, he'd have no reason to keep it secret. Acro, are you really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? Or was it a large animal?
Probably, yeah.
Leon. 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured.
Oh yeah, because the lion bit his brother's head and he tried to save him. That's
And that's why he has a grudge against Regina.
Yeah.
Because his brother was put into a coma trying to impress her.
Yeah.
You're saying I was attacked by a lion? That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked is not the best word to be using. So let me rephrase that as battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save someone. Oh, not the lion. Must be going the wrong direction. Fuck. I hit the wrong button. The present and the, like, switch to profiles button are right next to each other.
Ow.
Okay, profiles.
Easy.
Brother.
It was your brother.
That. It was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. Oh, he must have told you. Yes, we learned about Bat from Mo. But he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue.
Anyways, they were an incredible team. Cut down together in their prime.
Cut down together. That was where he slipped, and that's how I figured it out. You two ended up at the center of the same accident. Together, like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. I still haven't broken Acro's last psych lock. This must be one incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? He blames Regina.
Yeah.
Acro, I know there's still something you're hiding from me. Maybe someone you don't seem to like much is the reason you're being evasive.
Franziska von Karma!
It's okay, I don't like her either. Regina. You always seem calm and collected until you start talking about her. Saying things like she's cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. Got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Twice. Regent tried to attack you. Twice. He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred on Leon to attack Bat, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such a good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Acro wrote the note.
Oh. Yeah. To the mother.
6 months ago, I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Acro wanted revenge. No, you didn't, Phoenix. We got this.
You wrote the note.
This. Where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket.
I used to notice that was there around breakfast time. I always take Akar his breakfast in the morning.
You wrote this, and then you put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright.
And she didn't notice it?
Did you get the idea that Regina's like a very perceptive or smart person? Because that's not the vibe I got. I feel like you could hit her in the head with a cinder block, and like her general intelligence would not change.
I see you get the point here.
My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother Bat had a dare with Regina.
A dare?
An absurd dare. If I could put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date.
That's insane. Didn't he know how dangerous it is?
And also that she was 16? We all thought he was being stupid too. But that line was very old to begin with. And age brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing. And that's when the accident happened? He just wanted to take her out to the movies. I don't know about that.
Bro, he's in coma.
He was 22 trying to take out a 16-year-old.
I get it, but still.
When Leon shot down, I jumped towards him. And Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up
What about Bob?
He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him.
I see.
I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again. And that's the reason why I keep going.
Regina and Bat.
Bat and Regina. They were such great friends. Oh yeah. I want you to have a look at this. What is it? This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him.
Gross. It's covered in blood.
Maya, we've seen so much blood-soaked evidence. This
Bro.
scarf. It was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he didn't, he looked like he was smiling. Leon, obviously.
Oh,
Oh my god, someone agrees with Mo. When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grin.
Ned.
I know, Mo said the same thing.
What do you think it all means?
Everyone at this circus is delusional.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
no.
thinking that. Oh,
That's gotta be Francisco, right? It is.
of course.
It's Von Karma.
I'd already heard everything. So hand over that scarf.
Maya, kick her down the stairs!
Maya the banana!
Maya the banana!
But the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to decide.
We are also lawyers in this trial.
Your pathetic excuse of a lawyer. I think we should begin our preparations now, Akro.
Preparations?
I served a summons to Akro to appear in the court tomorrow as witness. Akro, we'll talk more in the prosecutor's office. Akro, a witness? Come, Akro, let's go to the office.
Yes, ma'am.
Phoenix, I think we fucked. Now what do we do, Nick? How are we going to handle tomorrow?
Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out.
Look at you, all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use.
It's all beginning to come together now. Yes, I'm
Phoenix, like a-
completely fucked.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Like the Kronk meme.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Oh yeah. Hey,
Are you...
later. It's all coming together. Maybe I should give Acro a... I should make him Patrick Warburton. My brother.
Not
And
brother.
I'm down with Regina. He stuck his head in a lion's mouth, and when he chopped down, I jumped to save him. And that's where I got my injury. Alright, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'm just gonna take 5, get some stuff together.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some water.
Yes.
So 5 minutes?
We'll be right back. 5 minutes, probably more.
Oh.
I'll be back soon.
Okie dokie.
Let's go. Okay. Here we are. Welcome back. We got new drink. Got some food. I think we're good. You good, Witchy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alright. This is gonna
We're-
suck.
I think we're going to finish this case.
We're
today.
at. This is part 4. This had better be the end.
Actually, you know, I thought you were going to end this case for today.
No, I want this case to be over. I would rather rip the band-aid off now. Sorry, the bandaging, or whatever the word is. Whatever. I'm tired. I got a new drink. I've got some food. Got some reheated pizza.
Are you going to survive from this? With the help of the food?
With the help of the food and my friend with me. My friends are my power. Let's fucking do this.
I will lend you my power.
Everyone, lend me your energy. About to finish this game like I'm charging the spirit bomb against Kid Boo.
Mia, we need you so bad right now.
Okay.
Then
9:41
number
a.m.
5.
December 30th.
It's almost New Year.
Yeah.
Good morning, Max.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usually sparkling self today. Maybe it's finally set in that you could be put away for the rest of your life. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Uh-oh.
Here?
Tee-hee. Oh, fuck you,
Oh.
Regina.
Don't be nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk.
Milk? My milk?
Uh,
That's, like, totally drugged. That is
Ah,
totally drugged with something.
remember how Max mentioned that his father was on the farm?
Oh, shit.
Probably because of... fuck. Regina!
Pilk. Oh, no. Max, don't drink the pilk!
Don't!
Oh, fabulous. Regina. You came to watch my performance today.
Nick. Mo told me that I should come and watch them.
Mo said that?
So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly in the end?
Don't give him any ideas. It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think Regina doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is.
Well, it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous! Enjoy yourself out there. Maybe trying to date a 16-year-old isn't the best decision I've ever made.
Good luck, Max. I hope you'll go in jail. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Yeah, that's a word for it.
Yep.
Oh, top of the morning to ya! Everybody, let's get ready to get
Billy.
stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Why are you doing that? I don't know. No one liked my old voice, so I tried an Irish accent. This is worse. No. Top of the water to you, Governor. Top of the morning. Oh, that's the ticket. Starting the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. I'm gonna go back to my normal voice now. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Why more pilk? There's so much pilk. So, how are you today, right? I got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare.
All I'm gonna worry about is how thin the tightrope is. I'm used to it already. Just means I won't be able to press him like I can the other witnesses.
What are you going to do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes.
Yes, she needs it!
That's why I brought her to court here today.
So,
What's that supposed to mean?
She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
December 30th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Hello, Francisca.
Hi, bitch.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise a previous theory of events.
What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. Wow, did saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime.
Order! Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. Are you really going to this? An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders.
I'm really proud of it. I made it out of clay and the paper towel tubes.
Be quiet.
I even signed it with a Sharpie. Poor Gumshoe.
Poor Gumshoe.
Very well, please call your witness to the stand.
Time to get to work. Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope.
Nice.
I'm kind of glad that one stayed in your head, Phoenix. This guy's got a lot of birds going on.
Bird. Name and occupation.
Ed Dingley, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the very big circus.
Where were you at the night of the crime?
I was in my room that night. Hey.
That's a weird way, but it's true. If you look at the map, you will see the witness room is near to the crime scene.
My room is on the 3rd floor. Crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Hey, wait. Then, just a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind. That's what it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
How did he know it was Max? Because in that flashback, the shadow of Max is wearing his hat. But he would not have been wearing his hat then.
Wait, remember how we talked about the bust?
What? Oh yeah, the
Remember
bust.
how? Yeah, maybe it was. I'm not sure I'm right, but let's just continue with it. All that left to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Already?
Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool.
5 fools. That's a lot of fools.
It's a record. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did.
What, grumpy that I had sex with your brother?
What?
Mr. Wright, could you bring that up later?
do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's only one way that actually happened. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. It was the Hat Man from where I took all that Benadryl.
What?
I popped the perk 40 and I saw the Hat Man out my window. The Hat Man did it! Your Honor, it was the Hat Man. What are you talking about? Here, take all these Benadryl and you'll see him. Just after 10 p.m. How was he sure it was Max? I only saw him behind and that's what it looked like. Because the only way he would have been able to know is if he saw his outline. And in the flashback, we see the hat, but we know that Max wasn't wearing a hat when he walked away because the hat was at the crime scene.
Yeah,
I want to press him on this.
Yeah.
The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? Safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there's only enough night for me to see the silhouette outside my window. The first back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Hey.
Oh my god, your glitter is so bad.
Hey, Peter. Did you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as his cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. Maybe there was something fishy with his little bit of testimony? Hat! There's a huge contradiction with the testimony what was just given.
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with the evidence.
Bitch, I'm about to. What the fuck do you think I'm doing? He's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? Hat. Found at the crime scene. He didn't fly away with it. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Oh, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult, considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside a window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? What the fuck? Judge, I thought... Why were you so cool in the last testimony and you've gone back to being a senile fucking lump? Nope, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Order! Order!
As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick?
No, I didn't think. Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
He's tried to confess.
Max, Acro was dreaming. It's time for a lawyerly move that I call...
Save the game.
That I refer to as... Fuck it, we ball. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? What do you think, Your Honor? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Did he, like, drop... Wait, hold on. So... The monkey stole the bust because it was shiny, and the monkey brings all that shiny stuff up to Acro's room. Acro saw the ringmaster out there and got mad, so he... No. He couldn't recognize the ringmaster because he was in Max's clothing. He saw Max and got mad, or saw the outfit that thought it was Regina, and dropped the bust onto Max and killed him. Or onto the ringmaster because the Acro thought it was someone else. And then that's why Mo saw the full outfit, but Trillo only saw the ringmaster dressed like Max.
Probably, but wait, if it's true, if you're right, then what motive Agro must have?
Well,
Like,
no
why
one
would
in the
he want-
troop likes Max, and I think Acro has a personal grudge against both the Ringmaster and Regina, because Regina was the one who baited Bat into doing the dare, and maybe on some level, Acro blames the Ringmaster for constantly spoiling Regina and giving her that sort of warped perception of reality.
Probably. I don't know anything anymore.
Deadly serious, Your Honor.
I think your trips at the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab out in an audience's hearts and minds.
Bitch, every single time I've done this, I've been right, including your dad. Don't test me.
Oh, you... Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by the street trying to wow the crowd with the smoke and mirrors and all this bluff in the book.
Yeah, the bluff that's worked for me consistently.
Really?
Really? Hey, I spaced out for a minute there.
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary.
You know who else they said that about? Patrick Bateman. And
What
he
the
killed a lot of fucking people. Oh, the fucking bird!
What's going on? Great shot!
Fuck off! My
Stop.
forehead!
Oh,
Help!
ow, my eyebrow! Ow, my eyebrow!
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. Do this by accusing me of murder of all things.
See, even a soldier of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
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 Don't
Thank you
pretend
very
common
much.
sense has anything to do with this series.
He's right,
He's
way to
right.
pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man.
Oh boy.
Phoenix, poopy head. See that, Mr. Phoenix Sight? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got the doctor's note to confirm that Akro is unable to stand under his own power.
But with the help of a monkey!
Monkey will carry Akro. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Akro had an accomplice.
He did. He had a
A
monkey.
monkey.
No, he dropped the bust from his room because the monkey took it up into the room?
Did Akro have an accomplice?
Yeah, because it was shiny? No, he didn't. But just in case.
Yeah, save the game before it, please.
Of course he didn't.
Now then, this must be where we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Von Karma.
What?
You're not going to sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
But
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
What are you getting at?
Hold on. I figured it out. Acro blames the ringmaster because Regina put his brother up to that stupid bet. And, like, she doesn't have a great perception of reality because the ringmaster was constantly spoiling her and raised her in the circus. So Acro blames the ringmaster by association for his brothers being comatose. And put the note in Regina's pocket, knowing that she wouldn't know what to do with it and would put it up, or just give it to the ringmaster. The ringmaster would see it and then want to follow along, and meet at the place outside of his room where he dropped the bust. Because it went missing from the cafeteria.
probably, but
Was her-
wait, What if actually Acro wanted to murder Regina, but then Russell came instead of her? And he accidentally killed the
Taken from the
ringmaster.
cafeteria before the crime. That's our murder weapon.
Yeah. Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
I'm so honored that Maya assumes that Phoenix knows what the fuck he's doing. Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
Can you do this, Nick? Can you really do that?
Wait, wait,
What
wait, wait,
do
wait.
you mean?
If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Yeah, that little space in the corner. Mo could see all this happen from his window, and Acro could have done it outside of his because the space that the body was found lines up for both of them.
Alright, let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is on life, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, where exactly was Mr. Dingling? He was in his room.
Right here, Your Honor.
Right?
Click, click,
Here.
click.
He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
What? Are you nuts?
What say you, Mr. Dingling?
Bitch, I'm a Disney princess.
Interesting theory. A game theory. That's it? Considering that what you proposed is impossible. Yes, that's it. Mr. Wright! Yes, Your Honor. As the witnesses stated, your assertion is impossible. As he's in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point.
It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true.
Oh no, it wasn't the monkey. He took the thing and then used the same invisible wires that Max uses to fly to pull the bus back up. And he just had his cloak on, right? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense.
Maybe he had the extra wires in his room? Probably
And the hat fell off as he was pulling it up. With Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? I can't leave my room. I just couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. He's right. I can't mess up here. I'm gonna give this one some serious thought. I'm sure Acro killed the ringmaster, and he did it while he was in his room, no doubt about it. Present evidence. The bust. I'm going to present some evidence.
It's the bust.
That's that! A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust? It's quite a large bust. And because it is life-sized, it's also very, very heavy.
Heavy?
Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Dot. See, this is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster, with the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. They're making these jokes. They're just doing this on purpose, and it's making it less funny. So you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible!
Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust.
And also because
Just
he's a
walk.
monkey.
You figured it out, chat. He's actually been able to
What?
walk this whole time. That's the solution. Chat said just walk. Acro's been able to walk this whole time. Mr. Diggling, how do you respond to these charges? Oh,
Acro is at loss of reward.
he should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. Ow!
Ow! I would watch what you say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony, you say? Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stop her time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony.
The defendant has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
The defense's objection is overruled. Can't you see things my way once in a while? Mr. Diggling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If there are any doubts to your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
Witness will have no problems. However, let's still be respectful towards him.
Thank you. That woman will sink to any low to win a case! Lifting the bus and looking out the window would have been possible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. It makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. It'd be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him. This box had evidence in it. Or at least it was bait.
Wait, remember what was in this box?
What was it?
No, yeah, that's that bottle with pepper. Is this? How is this related to this?
The victim was sneezing? I don't know,
Wait, if Akra was planning to take revenge on Regina and put a bottle of pepper in this box, then, I don't know what the messy story behind it, but I really can't figure this out.
It's a 20-pound box. It has a small but strong lock. One first try to the back of the hand. Unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him.
It would be unrealistic for me to drop this. Actually, you're strong enough to lift a bus if you use wires or ropes? But what's the wooden box has something to do with it? Jay, any ideas?
I want to go through his testimony again. I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bus and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the remaster's head. A single false step would have led to even worse severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What's your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
He's simply stalling. He's shameful, really.
Can't let her get to me. I gotta focus. I could have lifted something the size of it. I could have lifted something the size of that bust. So he dropped the box to get the ringmaster's attention and looked through it and there was pepper inside, so the ringmaster would sneeze, and that was how he heard that the ringmaster was in position to drop the bust. That's colossally stupid, and that's why I think that's what actually happened.
But wait, the bottle with pepper was found in the wooden box.
Right, so he leaned down to open the box and sneezed, which is how Acro knew it was time to drop the bust.
Isn't it stupid?
It's colossally stupid.
It's colossally stupid, but wait, what if he just heard his footsteps? Because it
He was on the 3rd floor in the snow.
Yeah, but snow is crunchy.
Not always. Not if there's a very thin layer. And also the snow was still falling, so it was soft.
Yeah.
Or do you have a better idea?
Of course I don't!
Alright, well I saved the game, so let's see how this goes.
Okay.
Never had a single doubt.
Really?
I'm a genius.
How? How the...
Acro, you
Yeah.
didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at? Mr. Wright. You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add.
You still hinting at the things so responses, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence?
But I did such a good job hinting. Phoenix! This is not the time! Yes, hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. Same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over? Same. Question is, who placed the wooden box here?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box, which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit, your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
You mean?
If the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there'd be no way that it could miss the head of the victim.
No!
Order! This is unbelievable!
Oh, that's
Finally,
unbelievable.
some of the loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here, forward. The next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow!
Allow me to whip some sense of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Ow!
The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he left the box.
That's why the box was so specially made.
Special made?
Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. The size of the box. It was big enough to roughly fit the bust.
Yeah, and he had to, like, kneel a bit to, like, grab it and pull it up.
The box was a remarkable size.
Size?
Exactly. I think you can tell from the picture that the wooden box was very large. To lift it up, one would have been required to squat. Meaning that one would have had to take it up in both arms, right? Moreover, this box is quite heavy. It weighs in the neighborhood of 20 pounds. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift it up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be approximately in the same place.
Oh. Wow. Not a single emotion.
Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you bandit. Say. Fucking people in my building! Must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Here, how'd you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have an imagination. I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? I remember. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. And what happened to it? I can remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself.
That means...
You understand what I mean, don't you?
May very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how could I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room?
Money brought it. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria.
Yep, we definitely have a problem here. This is no place to get perplexed. Gotta get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all. Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room?
He didn't have a human accomplice, Your Honor. Look at this monkey.
A monkey?
Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring.
So, are you saying the witness had the monkey steal the bus?
Yes. Of
Are
course he
you
didn't
serious?
order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room?
But the bus was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny.
Do you seriously think that Maximilian Galactico would let the statue of himself be anything less than annoyingly shiny? Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record.
Hey, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny.
God!
Acro. Money is the strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bust back to your room.
If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Order! Order! I said order! Miss Von Karma! Where's the bust in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
This is a rather strange turn of events. Let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then?
On that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon.
Wait. Then you mean this bus was the murder weapon purely by accident?
It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I believe we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer.
Oh my god.
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow!
Don't seem so convulsed, especially by the fraud of an attorney.
Fraud?
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
You've also forgotten something important, Von Karma. As you can see, I have this badge! And what is that?
You should know. Ow. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime.
Ah!
There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
Other than he repeatedly lied on the stand.
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her bitch you know!
I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around.
When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other one was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw?
He saw the bust. Not Max. I said that really confidently, but I have no fucking idea. Yes.
Yeah, it's
I'm a
the
genius.
Max boss.
He saw Max's
dear.
bu- Ow!
Oh! I asked who was the other person most saw on the scene.
Who wasn't a person?
The evidence has nothing to do with the question.
It was me, Dio! Fucking chat. Good shit. Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question.
Felix, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was... I'm pretty sure that was French, not German. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he didn't actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw.
Uh-oh.
How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain on all of this case?
No, but it's gotten me this far.
The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak.
There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off of one of the cards in the bust's hands.
Idiot! Who in their right mind would have put a clock on the bust?
Doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance in this case, don't you agree?
Oh, he got me.
Let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? Russell?
What?
Who's the other person out there?
What? How could
Russell was wearing the cloak when he went out, and then when the bust fell on him, he slipped down out of the cloak, and then it fell onto the bust. That's stupid. That's stupid. This case is stupid. I hate this game. A head empty, all smooth. Yeah, like every single person that wrote this case, chat. Fucking Weeball!
Oh,
You were saying it was the victim himself, Russell Barry? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the victim himself placed the clock on the bus?
Place the cloak isn't really the right way of saying it. And what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself. Nick, do you really have a handle on this?
No! I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together.
You're lying to me, Nick!
There's only really one picture I can paint anyways. You wanna know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. He then attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust directly out of his bedroom window, above the box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room, and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. That's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. Very instant that the bust hit the victim. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Are you serious
This
right
case sucks! I hate this game.
You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright! As much as you try, as much as you scream, this just isn't true. It can't be.
You are right, Franziska. You are objectively correct. She is just... Franziska von Karma is correct. It's a little early to be getting so upset, Miss von Karma. No, it isn't. I have... Both me and Franziska have every right to be upset right now. Fuck you, Phoenix Wright.
What? My god.
Oh, it doesn't even look natural. The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That's not how physics works. The impact also caused a sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already been snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. He had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it, primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window, so he just kept pulling. This case is stupid. This case is shit. And every single more box I read, the more I want to die. Hey! That is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be.
Dun dun dun!
So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off was the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you.
Bro, just please. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us.
Don't give him that much credit. This case is just stupid, Maya. He sure
I agree.
has, but he's come to the end of his rope now.
So,
What now?
you've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
Evidence?
Yes, bitch, that's what I said. And Miss Scott, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Don't forget about the power of my gavel as well.
Like whips him.
Ah, never mind.
What?
Prosecution brings up a good point. We see some evidence.
Nick, they say they want evidence.
I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. There's still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account.
Unusual?
A contradiction, actually.
Okay then, use it and get out of this jam.
That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright.
Hard proof that you have unraveled the trick. The poster.
Really?
I think that'll be what prompts that he's not the, like, ropes and shit that he uses.
I'm not sure anymore. I don't know. I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. Wait, what exactly do they want us to present as evidence?
I don't know! Just whatever backs our claim, but we've already presented shit like that. I think the poster will be what prompts that Max's act, his act of flying. Max's act of flying is the same trick that Acro used to make the bust look like it was flying, although it was by accident. The same sort of invisible ropes. The bust flew in the same way Max did. The problem is Max's three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses.
Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings.
Yesterday there were two contradictions in Mo's testimony.
The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other.
The hat that they saw was the hat of the bust. The reason that Mo didn't see the roses was because the jacket was because the cloak was on the wrong way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The theory I just presented explains all these contradictions.
You fool! Do you ever shut up?
Yeah, once the case is won. Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal was fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's.
Makes sense. If you look at it that way, he did see the silk hat. Hell, sort of.
Fine, you've got one. But what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
Remember what that ventriloquist said in the court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there was no white roses. I would like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do the thing?
Of course, I can explain all of it.
What was that?
Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. Cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? So stupid, so fucking stupid. This case sucks. I hate Justice for All. Oh my god, this first game was so much better. The cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust. It means that the white roses would end up on the back. Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. This had better be the low. I swear, if case 4 is worse than this, I'm done. I won't be able to get through it.
This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory is still a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
I will finally throw in the towel.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Fuck. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Well, so much.
It's right. You mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circuit, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think I didn't? Did. If you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that?
Motive. This witness feels an incredible depth of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any real relation to the circus is well aware of this. But thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Akra's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There is no doubting that Akra deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acro's motive.
This case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. Mr. Cole will now take a 10-minute recess.
Okay, we're gonna go through the last of this trial under the assumption that it is the end. If this isn't the end, I'm gonna be furious. But... okay, part 4-2 trial. This had better be the end. I can't believe it's Acro. Pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is, and to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated?
Akra tried to pin the murderer on you on purpose.
He did? But I'm the little old nobody, you know.
But you're not, which is kind of the reason why...
Hey, pal! You ignore me after all this trouble I went to bring you some evidence?
Ah, Detective Gaoshu!
Forget it, I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, detective. I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? Got some milk.
Oh, we've got some really tasty milk!
Oh, and a card trick, detective. Well, if you insist.
Now about the evidence you mentioned, what is it?
Here you go.
Huh? This was yesterday in Akra's room. It's carved.
Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later.
Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you were doing this?
That's why this is all a secret. Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem to control of the things just now.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? Uh-huh. That reminds me, I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here.
What did he mean by that? The very end part.
Not sure. It's all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing.
Ah! Don't scare me like that!
It looks like there's a large care package coming from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy, so hurry and drink it all before it spoils. Entire dairy's worth of milk for me.
Oh my god.
Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Akra's testimony, starting with his relationship with the victim. I would also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Akra would have to commit this crime.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling.
Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with the testimony. I want to take a look at that scarf. That scarf stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper.
Pepper? Wait.
Leon wasn't smiling. He was about to sneeze.
Because he sniffed the pepper.
Because there was pepper on that scarf.
But how did it get on the scarf?
I don't know.
Finally we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay?
Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. We were little. We were abandoned by our parents. When the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat, around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think the Agro would kill the man who held in such esteem.
You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? So my last chance to answer that question.
I will cross-examine.
We can't.
Oh, wait. Last chance to answer that question. Of course I will cross-examine.
I don't think we can question him now. There's no need to cross-examine this witness. What's that? How was the ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I know the answer already. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I'd just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? I can't provide one.
Yeah, he had no motive. Why would he even want to kill him? Nick?
Yeah, didn't even think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? Because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow!
Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so heartedly foolish.
Ooh, 6.
Ooh. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russell Berry, ringmaster.
That's not how I phrased it. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. He was trying to kill Regina.
Yeah. What did you just say?
I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with.
What?
Order! Order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's loud in the face, twice if you must!
Great!
Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in my court? Ow!
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? It was Regina.
It was Regina.
Because she's kinda guilty in what happened to his brother.
And like the cruelty shit. It's like Regina set up the bet. It's like, oh, this'll be funny. I'll put pepper on his neck and the lion will sneeze. And then he was fucking hospitalized and Regina didn't feel anything because she's a fucking sociopath.
Yeah.
Regina Berry?
This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? That's why the note was in her pocket.
Oh. You don't need to answer that. It's a mean, leading question.
He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is you're wrong. That's it.
That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Enough, Mr. Wright, allow me to— Ow!
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself.
Ah!
And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now! I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry.
Yeah, me too. I demand to see some proof. Is there evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl?
His brother.
Placed by Acro in Regina's pocket the morning of the crime. He was baiting Regina to where the ringmaster was. But the ringmaster went instead because Regina didn't realize the note was for her because she doesn't have a fucking brain cell in her head.
Yeah.
So she put it up, the ringmaster saw it, took it down and went to investigate in his daughter's place.
For some other reason, she decided to put this note on the desk on the cafeteria.
Well, that's because she's an idiot.
I know.
Yeah. Acro, you remember this, don't you? That's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat.
Inside the victim's tailcoat?
Acro wrote this note. It's ironically titled To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m.
They're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note?
Yes, but there's just one little problem. Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster.
You mean it wasn't for the...
That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry.
Order! 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 Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours!
The truth, Your Honor, it isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board.
So when her father, I mean the ringmaster, saw the note?
That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake. Instead of Regina, probably, that's what that said.
That's incredible!
Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today?
Looking at the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. No way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself.
Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it really was.
I've got it! I've got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza.
And that's when he let the bust fly.
Oh my god. Hey Nick! Isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience?
She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here.
I hope Regina can handle it.
She needs a cold fucking slap of reality.
Actually, yeah, she does.
She could use one or two, actually.
Acro wrote this note to Regina!
Foolishly fool. Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool. You're so foolish that you even made me sound like a foolhardy fool.
That was what, like, 11, 12?
I
At
don't
least,
know,
like, 9.
I don't know, I didn't even finish the previous sentence.
Wait.
Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, if you're so sure.
Okay, like, I can't pull up, like, a record of... Okay.
That's okay, it can happen sometimes. I have a conclusive evidence of that took place.
Yes? What about that line?
Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, if it meant that, this note is declaring that Regina Berry is the murderer.
You just don't get it, do you?
What? What did you just say?
The ringmaster knew what this note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter.
Hold it right there, Mr. Wright! What is this incident that is alluded to in the note?
The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time.
Moron!
Wait, are you sure it relates to the present case?
It does indeed, Your Honor. everything in this case has it started what happened 6 months ago. I think so.
Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us all about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is.
If I can't answer that question, the judge is gonna think I'm bluffing. Conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... bottle.
Yeah.
That's it! That's it! That's it! That's it! That's it! That's it!
What kind of spicy joke is that, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion! Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw.
Foolish fool who never tries on his own foolish ways.
Only 3.
Kinda weak this time. Whoa! If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. How was Regina Berry's intended victim? It was Beth, Akru's brother.
Hit on the head 6 months ago by Leon, still in a coma. Who is this? That is Akro's younger brother.
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead.
Technically,
Yeah,
that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Akro could feel that his brother is dead. Gina, she did that to him?
Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool?
Only one. Lame.
Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Akro's brother's scene dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
A lion?
Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her.
That's a character judgment. Those aren't permissible in court. Otherwise, every murder case would just be, Your Honor, my client's not that guy. He just doesn't have murderer vibes. So then what happened to Akro's brother?
He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident.
I see.
Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bev was actually an accident?
It was more than that.
It wasn't. Oh.
The lion-biting bat was no accident at all. What?
You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There is no way that Regina ever incited her lion to attack another human being.
She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Akro's brother, Bat.
Because
Pepper.
the lion sniffed the
The lion
pepper on the
sneezed.
scarf.
That was the smile. The lion wasn't smiling, it was sneezing.
Yeah, he was about to sneeze.
That's just a scarf, Akro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who was the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina! There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper.
Pepper.
Pepper? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper.
Pepper.
Pepper?
Pepper. Pepper.
Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, What's with the silent treatment? Fucking bird!
Bird! I'm going to cook you!
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a great job of figuring a criminal, but out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Barry gave a peppered covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that?
The dare. The dare that was like, if you,
Yeah, I can put my...
you stick your head in this lion's mouth, I'll go out with you. Also, wear this scarf covered in pepper. So it seems like the judge just doesn't get it.
Mr. Phoenix Wright. Wasn't it said that the lion seems to be smiling?
Smiling? The lion was smiling.
Right before Beth was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling.
Lions smile?
No, I've never heard of them smiling. However...
Lions sneeze.
Achoo!
Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze.
Oh.
Yeah, that is that's harsh. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What?
You fool!
You've gotta be kidding me!
You...
Screen shut! Me at this entire fucking case.
What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object for objection's sake.
Hey, only I'm allowed to do that.
I object because this is objectionable.
That
Mr.
was
Phoenix Wright,
objectionable.
you're this fury. You believe it?
Your Honor, I was hoping to come up with something to say,
Regret.
while I was objecting. I didn't.
I didn't. yeah, that. You really intend to say that this is how the joke of an accident actually happened?
Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident. Or joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get revenge against Regina.
You foolish idiot!
Again, only one. Huh. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said is true?
Crow! You don't mean... You can't mean... Witness?
Are you confirming the defense's claim?
Mr. Wright, unfortunately your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it is a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory.
What would that problem be?
Same problem it's always been. Evidence. I dropped Max's bust on top of the ringmaster. Where's the evidence that proves that claim?
Yeah, you mean the conclusive evidence?
The biggest problem is the murder weapon on the luck thereof of more precise.
The murder weapon.
The bust that the defense claims was used. That were found in Acro's room and were covered in the victim's blood, it would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would be.
The bust.
Nick, you've got to do something!
This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won.
See how things work first.
We have to see how this plays out. Wait. I have an idea.
What is it?
I'll try something. Might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but...
It looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma Turtle's justice.
I guess. I figured with you, that's the least I should expect. You'd leave no stone unturned.
Ow. A Volcama never leaves anything to check. We already searched Akram's rooms yesterday.
What did you find?
There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in their room, Akram would not be here as a witness. But to put an point on it, Max bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for.
See, Mr. Wright. Bust wasn't in my room.
It doesn't have to be in the room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gauch executed this search by a complete surprise. And we took Akram directly to the prosecutor's office after all. End of story.
Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like you lacked the final nail to put into my coffin. What about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that's relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Ah!
Do something, Nick! Don't let the skin slip away! The bust, where is it now?
Where's this bust right now?
Wait. Is there a possibility that Akra hides it under
It's not
his
even a single
blanket?
clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? Don't think about where it is, Nick. Think about where it's not. It's not in his room. It's not in the case. It's not in the crime scene. Where could it be? On the list of places we know it could be, and it isn't, where's the discrepancy?
Thank you for your support.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings an end to the cross-examination of this witness. Hold it.
Hold it! Who is that? Maya! Where's Max bust? The defense needs time to prepare a case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I just did my tone. What?
We need time to do what? Ow!
Why are you the most surprised person here? You're hiding me, isn't she?
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Why are you asking me?
The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck.
Hey, wait, you can't be serious.
Acrobats always have their lives in the lines, don't they? That's how Acro lives his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're starting to...
Very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward.
Ow!
Where is Max's
Another
bust
weapon.
now? It's somewhere in this courtroom.
Somewhere in this courtroom.
It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. The witness stand. It's the only place it could be that we know it's not. Or that we haven't confirmed it's not. I'm sorry to ask this. Do you mind if I take the blanket off of your wheelchair?
What?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket, because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it. And the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played.
You fuck you.
You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them. Miss Franziska von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took out my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. Now to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon, there's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma.
It all makes sense now.
I can't believe that Von Karma saw that far ahead. It's amazing.
Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't.
I can't believe it. Me make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? Well, I hadn't done that.
It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime.
Agro,
All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper onto Regina. She started sneezing so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes that so purely, that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina.
how dreadful.
So you're saying that you are a victim in all this as well?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet.
This has been such a strange case.
That is a word for it, Your Honor.
It's almost a reflection of the circus itself.
That's a bit more like it.
An idiot.
If you're waiting for us to disagree, Franziska, we're going to be here all day.
You fuckers. I can't believe it. You bit me again.
Hey! You've got one more loss to me than your father. So you surpassed him there. Puts on some sunglasses.
I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Therefore, thus I'd like to declare my verdict.
Not guilty. Thank fucking God this is over. Oh my god, I never want to hear about a circus ever again.
This court is adjourned.
We're done, Jay. We're done it.
Right,
We did
there's this bit.
This is...
Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this.
Agro, the Ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside. Huh?
Actually, I'm pretty sure most of them were. But that's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to.
Many congrats, but only at max like a million of them.
Oh, only at max a million of them.
Ah.
Thank you.
What's with the vibe in this room?
We're just thinking about Acro.
No, 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 no! If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy.
Huh?
Oh boy.
Yeah, she's been like this for a while now.
Yes. It is.
Regina?
No, they're never coming back. No, now everyone's gonna split up. Regina. Mr. Wright, tell me something.
What do you want to know, Regina?
Acro said something right at the end.
I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Does that mean that Acro... Is he gonna try and get his revenge on me?
Yes! Never
Of course.
sleep with one eye open for the rest of your life, Regina. No, I don't think so.
What?
He's not gonna do that to you, Regina, as much as he probably should.
Are you sure? Are you really sure? I can't believe that.
Yep, Acker doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore.
If that's true, then I want to see some evidence.
Huh?
I want to know you're not just making up that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge.
Because you were his brother's friend. Acker didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again.
That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Wright as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes. And then until he can meet Acro again.
That's sweet of you, Regina.
I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, bad.
Oh, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind.
Hey, Max!
What is it, Mo?
We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip off the contract.
I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now?
That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone's sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen.
The best circus the world has ever seen.
Don't laugh!
It's quite the goal.
Yay! Can't wait!
But then I guess that changes things.
Huh?
There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means that this circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen.
Max.
Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy?
I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you.
Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you?
Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
This game would be better off without you, Regina.
What?
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think I brought you to court today? We gotta work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been.
Whoa!
Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the very big circus without Regina Berry.
Mom! Nick!
Seems like everything's gonna turn out alright here.
I can't wait to go to see the best circus the world has ever seen.
We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm gonna order some special whoopee cushion seats.
See, what made the case?
Yesterday's surprise raid, it really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you?
It was just a theory. Barker really was the killer. I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney.
You mean Mr. Wright?
Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back.
Oh,
Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
The end.
turnabout, the big top, the
That-
end.
Sucked so much. Oh my god. That was the most arduous case I've ever endured in this series.
Well, you gotta prepare yourself
And there's
for
one more in this game. But that is for next time. This is the end of this stream. That case was not very good. I did not
I
enjoy
don't like
that.
it.
Hopefully,
I
this
enjoyed it.
final case will prove much better. For those of you that want to follow along, Saturday, 5 p.m. EST, or rather, sorry, I gotta do that in the right order. Wednesday, 8 p.m. EST, we will be continuing Yakuza Kiwami 2. We've entered the end game in that, so don't miss out. And I've been
Thank
Jay
you all
Tetsuko
people in the
Rose.
chat.
Thanks for suffering through it for us. Chat, thank you for joining me, as always. Witchy, thank you for joining me through this.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a delight to have you as a company in the stream.
Yes, it's much easier to choke this game down with friends. So,
That's
I've
right.
been Jay Tetsuko Rose. Next week, Saturday, 5 p.m. EST, we will begin the final case of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Farewell, my turnabout. I'll see you all then. Bye!
Bye!